Old number, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? I do actually really love this song. This is the song that I wrote, and I do love it.
What's going on in the song? What's the mood in that song?
OK, so, well, this is me bearing my soul, basically. So the idea of doing the album came about because I released my autobiography in 2022. And because I've had music has played such a big part of my life, because I've been doing musicals and shows since I was a kid, been in the industry since I was 7, I thought I had so many songs in my head that relate to moments in my book, as they all do, you know, they evoke memories. So I had the idea of doing an album that would be the soundtrack to my life. So I'm bringing the book, the music together, and then I'm going to be doing a stage show. But because all the songs on the album are covers, because of that reason that they relate to something, moments in my life, I thought I needed to have one song that just at the end brings it all together and where I'm at now in my life. So I wanted to write something that's really personal and about me and how I'm feeling. And yeah, so it's me bearing my soul, basically.
Is it easier to do that in a song than it is... well, you've done it on paper already to a degree, but is it easier in a song? People say that sometimes.
Yeah.
You can do that, things that you wouldn't necessarily say out loud normally.
Exactly. Yeah, do you know what? It was the first time I dipped my toe in the water of writing, and I've actually loved it and I want to do more of it. But I was actually, at that time, I mean, I'm in a really good place now, but I wasn't in a great place, and I just needed to have an outlet. And I think because of... when you're a performer and a creative, sometimes it's the only way to go. And I was actually, at that time, I was in therapy, and it was my therapist said to me, because I said, I just don't know what to do with my time, because I had so much going on in my head. And she said, why don't you just channel it into something positive? And she said, you sing, you can write, you know music really well. Why don't you try and write a song? And then I messaged my therapist and went, I've written this song. And she went, oh, it's lovely. And she said, do something with it. So that's why I decided to do it. So it's called A Bit of Me, which is the title of my autobiography, the stage show, and my album, which is out today.
Would you say... well, we will say the album's out today, don't worry. Would you say you are brave?
I don't know. Am I? I don't...
Well, I'm just kind of thinking about putting yourself in the song, putting your autobiography out there, and loads of people write autobiographies, but then a one-woman show where you are exposed, and it's kind of like Charlie was saying, where you expose yourself. That you have to have... there's a certain element of fear that comes with that, tackling.
Yeah. I think I sort of thrive with that, really. I think, yeah, it's weird because this will be my third one-woman show, because I have done previous ones. But I think after doing... because I did one with Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I remember at the time when I did it, because I didn't know that it was a one-woman show, so Andrew was writing the show for me, and I just assumed he was bringing other characters in. And it was when I was around his house one day and we were singing on the piano, and he said to me, I said, oh, so who else is in it? And he went, no, it's just you. And I'd already committed to it at that point, and I was like, oh. And I walked away and I thought, can I do this? But actually, the thing is, when you do something like that, the minute you're on the stage, you just go with it. And I absolutely loved the experience. I really enjoyed it. And I think after doing that, I thought, if I can do that, I could do it again. So... yeah.
Does this seem all very calm and composed as compared with the Big Breakfast days? Because that was the whole thing about it. It was kind of...
chaos.
It was carnage.
It was bedlam, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But do you know what? It was so much fun. I mean, the best years of my life doing the Big Breakfast, because there was so much freedom. I mean, we wouldn't be allowed to have TV like that now, would we? It was so chaotic, and it was very much of that time in the 90s. But... yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I've got great memories. And do you know what I love more than anything? We're all still mates. Like, all of the people that I worked on the show, we're all still really good friends, all the team that work, you know, behind the cameras, and we meet up annually, so
periodically, there's talk of it coming back.
Well, they've toyed with this idea for a while, but I don't know if they could bring it back now. I have worked on something with Johnny. We have created something together that's kind of similar, but, you know, whether or not it gets picked up, I don't know, because I think people are a bit too scared.
Yeah.
The people upstairs, they're all getting a bit scared. You know, it's like you can't do this, you can't push boundaries, and you have to be, you know, so who knows?
See.
We'll see.
Denise, it's lovely seeing you.
Lovely seeing you both.
Thank you. Denise's album, called A Bit of Me, is out now.
Breakfast back tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Now it's time for Morning Live. Bye-bye.